Yo, or I guess I should say, hey, welcome to Saturday Morning Sitdown,
Welcome back, guys, or hey back. That didn't make any sense.
a show that I only remember seeing when I was a kid visiting in the States. Didn't really watch it myself.
I tried it when I was a kid. I tried to watch it again as an adult.
You're making it sound like drugs.
The first episode involves drugs for a kid's show.
Actually, yeah, it's a good point. I didn't even think about that. It does, doesn't it? In a roundabout way, like without saying it. We're talking about what you clicked on.
Hey Arnold. As an adult, you know what? Maybe I gave this show a bad rub when I was a kid because I always remember not disliking the show. I'm like, let me just watch it as an adult. Maybe if I came back to it, it would have worked out better. And then the second, Hey Arnold came on, I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm not down with this. Going back onto a lot of these shows, very similar to a previous episode of Recess, they started splitting up into halves.
I think it's totally fine.
No, that's fine.
I think that's actually a good method. I kind of wish shows did that more often.
For kids as well to watch it when you're like in that age group, having a 15-minute episode, boom, then another 15-minute episode, brilliant. You just have an A to B storyline. You don't have to do multiple side stories. But with Hey Arnold, it starts off with them doing a school play, which is pretty normal.
Yeah.
You get introduced to not all the main characters, but you get introduced enough of like what they're kind of being, the stereotypes that they're portraying. Arnold's the protagonist, obviously, because the show is called Hey Arnold. You know,
It'd be weird if he wasn't. Who's Arnold? Just some guy.
I will prefer it. They're doing a play involving the food groups.
We did plays in elementary school and stuff, and I can't super remember any of them. A play about the food groups? Come on, man. Like
It's weird. Anyways, and then there's Olga, who was one of the main antagonists, kind of. But she's also a dictator. Immediately,
yeah,
don't like her immediately. She's like, you gotta feel it. They're 10.
She's like a worse version of Angelica from Rugrats.
She's like if Angelica grew up. She's thinking about the great. She's thinking about herself.
Mean.
She's a mean person. Great. Done.
I mean, to be fair, Arnold and I'm forgetting his name.
You remember Arnold. You remember Eugene. And you remember Olga.
I'm going to look it up. It's going to bother me if I don't look it up.
That's fine. I'll keep talking. They dress as fruit because they're part of the fruit section, I guess, of the food group play. So after a very bad dress rehearsal where Olga is dictating them what they have to do, this, and this. So that's the problem, right? That's the chaos that begins. Okay, they don't want to do this play. Then they're taking the bus to school, like maybe 3 stops. I took a bus to high school, so that's pretty normal.
Gerald. That's the name.
So Gerald, fine. So it's Gerald and Arnold. Arnold's a banana, and Gerald is a strawberry. And on their way there, they're like, hey, we can just skip the play. So immediately, okay, what's the lesson here? Oh, you have to follow up with your responsibilities. Most of these shows have these type of lessons, and that's how they're designed. Then after that, they're like, oh, let's just skip the play because they're so embarrassed by their outfits, which is fair. That's fine.
Yeah, no, those outfits are ridiculous. And also, like, it's not even on Halloween or anything like that.
They skip it, and then they go to the bus depot. So now they're lost downtown. And then somehow, they just get thrown a whole bunch of money.
Which brings me to my point of, with their costumes, how they get mixed up with the people that were supposed to get the giant bag of drug money dropped off.
And then they just spend this money that they just found randomly on expensive clothes and stuff.
Why is he wearing the banana shoes still?
Well, though they brought that up, they said it matches the outfit.
Which it does absolutely not.
But again, this is 90s and he's supposed to be an art beatnik person, like a modern beatnik. That's about right. No, it's terrible. Yeah, and I remember that line
I'm fine with
vividly.
Fun stuff. I got my like NES socks on.
Yeah, I know. It would have been better with some cons.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm talking about, is that this is the show. Then you see them in a bar playing pool. How do they get to the bar?
They're in a pool hall, not a bar.
Sorry. I know if I was 10, they wouldn't let me into a pool hall.
That's because you're not thinking about irresponsible pool hall owners.
And then they're like, oh, we shouldn't have really skipped the play. Oh, I feel bad, this, and this. You don't feel bad about stealing the money that randomly dropped on you.
Not at all.
You feel bad about missing this play. And eventually they get found out, and they get, I believe if I remember correctly, they got chased by these mafioso drug dealer people.
I'm just realizing this is the second show this season we've watched that's been a pilot episode that deals with a random bag of money.
Yeah. And then they go to the play, and then they save the play at the end. Other than that, you find out Olga in the very beginning has this longing weird relationship with Arnold, like a stalker.
Well, she has the stereotypical, I hate you, but I like you because I hate you. I understand my emotions sort of thing. Like that's, I think, what they're trying to play off here.
Yeah, but she found a way to get a picture of Arnold without him knowing, cut it into a heart-shaped locket, and wears it around her neck.
She's embarrassed about liking it.
That's a stalker. So this is the first part of the episode.
Let's get on to the second part.
Eugene's bad day.
Okay, so everyone knows a Eugene, just in their lives. And if you don't, you're the Eugene.
Also, you get introduced to Eugene in the first part of the episode, where he has a song about meat, and that he's like, it's not kosher. So in my brain already, I think he may be a Jewish character. But yet in this episode, he has a hot dog, which is always pork. So I got very confused.
No, sir. I eat beef hot dogs because I'm allergic to pork.
No, that's correct. But I'm saying when it comes to, like, if you see a regular hot dog.
Most hot dog stands now are all beef though. But that could be Toronto because of
that's what I'm saying. That's
population.
now. I'm saying back in the 90s?
Yeah, in the 90s, no, it was
They
pork.
had a hot dog. I'm like, this.
Pork.
That was pork. Yeah. So, okay, he gets a bike in the first day of school. He has this brand new bike. He saved up money. He got this really awesome bike.
Now he's the cool kid.
For like a minute. And then 15 minutes of fame. His is 15 seconds.
Yeah.
So he got it, and then he put a card in the bike spoke to make it sound cool, which I've heard kids did. A miraculous event happens, and Arnold shoves some books down. When those books go over, it knocks all the bikes. Yep. And his at the very end, his bike gets crushed by all the other bikes. Arnold feels really bad, so he fixes the bike for him. And then the next day, he brings his brand new bike, and Eugene's like, oh, thank you so much, Arnold. I was sad, but that was such an awesome bike. However, Arnold forgot to put the brake line on the bike.
Which, like, I feel like that's like Arnold is being an accidental villain this entire second half.
And then after that, Eugene gets into a massive accident. He goes to the hospital. Things with Arnold and him just keep on happening. Arnold's trying to make it better, but Eugene keeps on having bad accidents. So at the end of the episode, he's having, like, he had hot dog. They had a good day, but every time he had something good happen, something bad happened.
It's because he ate the hot dog. It's because he ate the pork.
Probably. I think the theory of this one, even if bad things happen, it's okay because you try to make the best of it. I gave the episode the college try. I was just like watching it, I'm like, wow, I don't like Eugene. I don't like Arnold. I don't like Gerald. I don't like Olga. Usually in at least any of these shows,
you can find something.
I'll find something that I enjoy about it.
Yeah.
I didn't enjoy any of them.
The big thing was, like, I sat down with an open mind, right? And, like, I remembered Hey Arnold being something that I enjoyed while I was on vacation, so I'm watching it. The pacing is slow, fine. That's expected of the time. The delivery, though, like, I get what they're going for. It's supposed to be just people having conversations, talking in a calm way. But, like, even if it's not excitement in the way it's delivered, everything doesn't have to be all uppity, like, oh, look at me! Like, it doesn't have to be that. But it has to have some kind of emotion behind it, and I felt like there was no emotion behind the delivery of the lines. It felt like people just going in to get a paycheck. I'm not saying that's what the actors did when they did the voice acting, but what I'm saying is that's what it came off as. I think that there's a big reason why it doesn't resonate with, like, you or I. So both of us grew up in a city, but the catch is we didn't grow up in the downtown. And I think Hey Arnold, just based on rewatching this first episode, which I guess I never really watched the first episode, it seems like it's really designed for people who grew up in cities, which are more prevalent to be a thing, or specifically urban parts of cities in the States versus in Canada.
Actually,
it's also a very dull show. The colors are very dull.
But actually, you know what? I just realized what it is. It's an adult show for kids. So they kind of tried to make a cool adult show.
You're onto something.
So it's like, oh, this is a very adult sounding. There's no real laugh track. So it's like for those kids who are like, oh, I don't really like this kitty stuff.
When did Hey Arnold originally come out?
I think it came right up before Batman the Animated Series.
96.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So at this time, I kind of have a feeling what it is. The teenagers who like this also like Garden State.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's for those people.
That makes sense.
And that's fine.
That makes sense.
But, like, for me now, I'm like,
it isn't for us.
It's not for us. But again, please let us know if you liked it and why. If it gave you a sense of place, that's awesome. I'm happy about that.
Like, I'm all for things being made that are not for me, that are for someone else.
Of course.
That's totally fine. That doesn't take away from it being objectively good or bad. But in my books...
But I'm shocked it lasted as many seasons as it did. That's my honest
Yes.
opinion. It lasted, I think, 5-6 seasons. I think it had its own movie. My opinion is it doesn't hold up. I'm shocked anyone likes this show. Not shocked. I'm assuming there are people who like the show. So I've never met someone who's like, man, I love that Hey Arnold. I've never met a single person who's like, man, I love Hey Arnold.
Hopefully we'll meet someone in the comments.
Absolutely.
For me, I'm going to be a bit more lenient with it and say it was good for its time, maybe, with a asterisk beside it, because to me, I remember enjoying it back when I would watch it periodically. I didn't enjoy rewatching this, but I'd be interested to watch later seasons because I watched it so cut up and just watched it episode by episode. Maybe the later seasons will hold up better. Next week, we're going to go and we're going to go back to school.
To Tiny Toons.
Make sure we study up because class
is in session.